to see her phone. She ain't gonna give it to you. You know how many men in her inbox? You know how many men that she texting? She texting your cousin, maybe your dad or your uncle. These women don't care. As long as they get a check, they open their legs up. This is what happens when you completely ignore woman's nature. Woman's nature is never looking for the weaker vessel in a man.
We can do that, sure. But once again, are you living the best version of yourself when nobody's looking, nobody's watching? You know? Just you there, and you got to make a decision. Do you do the righteous thing or you do the bullshit?
I'm happy over here. Don't worry about what you say. Because no matter what you say, we still got love. We love each other. We going to love each other regardless. 10 years strong. 3 kids.
It say, remember this guy?
All women cheat. You just can't catch them. Ask to see her phone. She ain't gonna give it to you. You know how many men in her inbox? You know how many men that she texting? She texting your cousin, maybe your dad or your uncle. These women don't care. As long as they get a check, they open their legs up. This is what happens when you completely ignore woman's nature. Woman's nature is never looking for the weaker vessel in a man. Only when she's depressed is when she wants a man that no other woman wants for herself in order to worship her.
Who is broke and never been to college, but is fine as hell, can cook, has good nurturing skills, good in bed, will always get the better man than the woman who makes hella bread, is hella accomplished, but she is totally out of touch with her womanly side and role. It's women right now making tons of money, A+ credit, business rolling, while you're gone at work all day. Your man is cheating with a woman who's unemployed and makes him feel like a man. When a woman says, oh, they don't want me independent because I don't gotta take his ish. Basically, what she's saying is that if I have my own everything, I can talk to you any kind of way. It means I can have other men. I got my own money, got my own contact. That right there should disqualify a woman from being the wifey, the face card. We as women should all be functioning as adults. Money, credit, transportation, housing, that's called being a grown adult.
More education that a woman has. It isn't that a man is intimidated by it. It's just that you as the woman, you start to create a whole nother different demeanor versus
what is going to the white boy school gonna do
more
between me and you?
Nice for her.
Just have one question. What did black women do to black men that was so bad? What did we do historically that was so bad?
Stole our children and used them as pawns for child support. You embarrass us on the daily by not dressing modestly. You talk about our mothers when we disagree with your behavior. You call us homosexual when we assert our masculinity. You lie on us to the world by telling them that we unalive you every 5.5 hours. You call the police on us and get us thrown in prison or jail more than anybody else. You disrespect us when we try to bring together our families, which is what you did when you brought up Kevin Samuels in your video. You claim that we're trash and deadbeat fathers, even though we are the most involved in our children's lives. You always talking about how we bash you, but you never bring up the videos of us doing so. What you would rather do is just say it and then act like the videos we do post about you aren't about your behavior, mannerisms, and characteristics that we wish would change. Now here you are acting like a victim, crying to us because we're verbally telling you something. Now, I'll admit, some of us ain't shit, but most of us are. Chill out with the pity.
And he does make a lot of sense. What black women have to understand is your attitude towards the black man is the most disrespectful attitude that any other woman gives towards a man in other ethnic groups. Like I always say, a black man from a black mother is taught by a black mother to worship black women. Black men are used to treating their moms nice and their mother rewarding them
for treating her nice and being a nice son, husband, and being a gentleman and taking care of his mother. When it comes to a black woman, you are taught to be combative with the black man, be better than the black man, outdo the black man, because you're taught you do not need him. If you ask me, the black woman is responsible for the mental illness because of the way that she teaches her children to miscommunicate with each other. If the black man only knows to love a black woman and treat her good, and the black woman is taught to disrespect and not take anything from him, where do you...
Hold on, I just want to hear how this start.
Know what I'm saying? Upstate and wild niggas, man. Niggas had to like stand in 3 feet of snow and figure shit out, know what I'm saying? Hey y'all, I had to work shit back from the 213. No love.
Got that West Coast style. Get that in there. Look like that rolling papers, like the chronic, instead the chronic. I ain't mad at it. Let's just get back into the conversation. Excuse me. The word of the week, hour, second, and moment. Accountability, man.
Find a medium at? Get in the comments and let me know.
What you mean?
This is not your child. I'm just letting you know, so you won't, this is not your child.
So I've been paying child support on this man for what, 4 years, 5 years, and he telling me it's not my child?
Yeah, this is not your child, but I thank you for everything you're doing, but
Oh, man, we ain't going down like that.
Why it's not? I mean, we about to go. I'm about to
Man,
take
look,
you.
bro,
We about to just go.
I've been paying $700 a month for 4 years, bro. You know how much that is?
But I'm just
That's
letting
like $8,400 a year. 4 years.
I'm letting you know so you don't get a DNA test that he's not your child.
Man, that's like $30-something thousand. Either you got the $30,000 to give me back, or it's gonna be an
We
issue.
can work something out. We can work something out.
I mean, what you trying to work out, bro?
I
Cause
don't
that's
know,
$30-something
a payment
thousand.
plan or something. If you want to take me to court to me, I don't know, but I'm just letting you know.
Yeah.
You said something about DNA test.
Yeah, something gonna happen because I ain't.
She's sitting here holding the little boy that they talking about in front of the nigga who recording this. We wouldn't know a lot of shit without this goddamn cell phone, real shit. We wouldn't get to see the things we've seen. And there's so much shit that doesn't get recorded because you don't think of picking up your phone in the middle of some fuck shit. But she cradling the little boy head, holding her on him and saying, all of a sudden after 4 years, I don't know the backstory, after 4 years, $700 a month. 700 times 12 times 4. That's wild. That's wild as hell right there, blood. Like he said, about 30 fucking grand. And she cradling the little nigga head like, I don't know what you gonna do, but you need to get you a DNA test. Why are you telling me now? Why did you take the money, B? Why?
I ain't playing about no 30 racks. I ain't gonna lie. I don't care if child or not. I love him. But you telling me they ain't mine, so I don't care about none of that.
All right, we about to go then.
Man, yeah, but hey, look, figure out how you gonna get my money.
All right.
Sure, you figure out how you gonna get my bread, though.
Woo! 4 years, $700 a month? Yes, I would want my money back too, but think about the entire emotional investment that a man puts into the child just for it to turn around and be alive. We're starting to notice that. We're finding more men as they do DNA tests that the child is not theirs, which shows you how women can be sexually active with so many guys and cover it up and have one man tricked into thinking he's the only one.
Girl, you gorgeous.
Excuse me.
And I got a cat. I don't know what that got to do with us.
I hope you have a good day. Bye.
Bye. I see how it is.
Is this your car?
Gold digger.
What? I
You tell me that you a gold digger?
How? You
Oh,
are
no.
something.
You see I got the fancy car, and now you want to be with me. Bye-bye.
I was supposed to tell you that you...
Moral of the story here, guys. If you know that if you pull out money or you show a fancy car that the woman is going to like you, why even do it? That's just how the game is. You got good girls, you got bad girls, you got gold diggers, you got independent women. You have a different variety of women. When you come across a gold digger, stop trying to prove a point. Just keep your money and keep your things away from her. That way you're not drawing in a fake person.
You said, what are you bringing to the table?
Yes. What do most women bring to the table?
Men are tired. I'm not bringing nothing to the table, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle.
Nothing. Well, then that means that one actually has nothing to offer a relationship.
You want a woman to bring something to the table? Go to IHOP.
And I'm sure many men would actually prefer that as opposed to having to deal with women who actually bring nothing to the table outside of their outward appearance.
Go to the restaurant where you can tip her, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle.
And women listening to this type of advice obviously need some tips.
Because if I bring something to the table, you're going to be mad because it's going to be another man.
A man who obviously doesn't expect much out of their partner.
Who's going to not ask me to bring something to the table. He's going to take care of the bill, the kids, and everybody else. And you, if you look broke. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's how I roll.
Yes. How to roll right into a relationship that doesn't actually have a decent foundation, relying only on one person's looks and another person's money.
Most relationships are superficial. This is why a lot of guys who are weak at heart, they find a way to make a lot of money so they can intimidate the woman to want to be with them. They got something that she wants. And you will notice that the girls that are gold diggers, they're specializing in looking good. So they get with these rich guys who are insecure with money that can continue to pay for their plastic surgery. The only way I see it is if both parties are being used for certain reasons and both know why they're using each other, ain't nothing wrong with it. It's bad in a relationship when one's being used and the other is blindsided.
And what's happened is the rise of social media and the rise of online dating and the rise of feminism has taught women that they are not to blame for any poor choices. Every poor choice is glamorized. So if you want to be a sex worker, it's great. If you want to post in bikini pictures online, it's fine. If you want to be in this, every poor choice is glamorized, and every internal reflection is seen as gaslighting yourself. So they've even got terms for internal reflection to prevent it happening. And so what will happen is they are trained to not reflect on themselves because we've been told we've been oppressed for so many years. Now it's time to make sure we project. And so we don't take any accountability. And as a result, when we get into relationships, if we don't feel completely soothed all the time, he must be a narcissist. He must be a manipulator. He must be gaslighting. He, rather than I. And unfortunately, we've got an online market that caters to that wounded woman, that caters to that entitled woman, and caters to that narcissistic woman. And it's so wild to me that so many women talk about narcissism, but the society today is just catering to narcissistic women. So we've created a generation of narcissists.
And this is a problem that most women do not stop and realize until they hit the wall and they start to notice that the celebrity fame wears out. They can't blame feminism when you get over 30 because at that point, you're a functional adult. You know exactly what you have to do in order to pay your bills, to pay for the things that you want. See, women start throwing around feminism and feminists when they're going through college. They don't really have any bills. They're just starting to learn responsibility. But as women get closer to 30 and they really start working and doing the things that men do, they start to humble themselves. But around that time, they're normally reaching the wall. They're not looking as good. They're ran down. They've had too many experiences. And most guys are not going to want them.
Your daddy ain't clap your hands.
Why you not clapping? Your daddy ain't either.
What happens when society bows down and puts single mothers on a pedestal? What happens when the family court system makes mothers the preferred parent? What happens when child support and welfare programs prop up single mothers? This video, this is what happens. Man, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 little minds this mother is poisoning for the world to see live on social media. And for what? Clout? To show how badass she is? This is a generational curse. I guarantee you, she saw her mama do it, she saw her aunties do it, and now she's doing it and passing this on to her kids. People want to give fathers a bad rap all the time and call them deadbeats, but let's be real here. At what point are we going to start holding deadbeat mothers responsible for shit like this? This is pathetic.
First time
really,
I'm hearing
her
that.
kids need to be taken from her.
I agree with that, man. There's no reason for these women to run out here and keep getting pregnant just so they can run the man off, so they can turn around and say there's a problem with the man. So now they're a single mother being praised for taking care of kids that they had intentionally just so they could become a single mother to get the praise. That's what they're running the man off for, so they get all the glory. But it's easy to keep the kids on your side by making the father look like he ain't nothing. You know how many of these kids are manipulated by their mother, and then when they grow older and they get to know their father, they're realizing like, hey, my dad was really a good guy. She kept me away from a good guy just so she can get the glory at the family reunion.
I gotta talk to anybody else. No.
No.
Maybe we test the theory.
Sure.
Y'all two swap phones. Who is Pat?
Pat is a U.S. soldier located in, oh gosh, my brain cannot think of it right now. Ukraine. Stationed in Ukraine.
Yeah, talk.
Sometimes.
Like, relationship-wise?
No.
Can we see? Yeah, let him hold the phone.
Well, I can lend.
Cute stuff. This was today.
Elijah is.
We gotta let him hold the phone. When I see the Elijah stuff, like, hey, you want
not somebody that I want to be with.
Can we see?
No.
Can't go through the truck?
Huh?
Can't go through the truck?
No.
Because you are nice, giving her compliments, you're giving her confidence in order to go on to another man. And this is what a lot of guys are doing in relationships. Men, before you get in a relationship, make sure you're driving the car that you want to drive, and make sure you're living the lifestyle that you want to live first. That's what you need to bring to the table. Your confidence as a man, things that define you. Whenever you're a guy and you're down on your luck and you're not doing the things that you want to do, when you start to date, you're looking for excitement in the relationship, so you'll overlook exactly what you're doing to the woman. You'll think that this is a love story that you've seen on TV, when all it is you giving her the confidence to leave you.
Migrants shouldn't be the only ones getting the free benefit.
Migrants. That's what we labeling people.
They are not, no.
How many men?
3.
3. Have you ever been married?
I have not. I've been proposed to 3 times, but I have not been married.
What kind of man are you looking for?
Tall, 6'4" or taller. Someone who's honest, of course.
6'4"
I don't want any liars. I would prefer 100,000 or more for him to make.
Why would a guy be like to be with you, Jasmine?
Well, first of all, look at me.
What would you say to the people that are going to be watching? You know, you have a 6'4", request. If not 6'4", 6 feet, makes at least 100K. Some people will say that would be a delusional request for you of a mom with 3x3 men. What would you say to that?
I would say check my track record. I mean,
well, your track record is 3 kids by 3 different men. Let's see how common it is for you to find a man that's 6'4", $100,000 a year, of any race, because you clearly look like a divester. So I'll give you that. The probability of you finding this type of man is 0.056%. That's 5 out of 5 cat bags. You're going to more than likely be alone with cats forever. Clearly delusional. Some of you ladies are so far gone from reality that you're not giving yourself a fair chance to find someone decent enough for you to be with.
I absolutely agree, but it's
wild.
A form of insecurity. No one says that they want the lower value.
Man. Told you I call that shit imagination station, bro. You sitting up here looking the way you look. Fuck how she look. I ain't gonna give her no glory. I know you wanna know. But it's Anthony Spade. The video is women gets roasts when asked why men not marrying you. But yeah, man, it's not just her. I've seen it for years. This social media opened up. What's the little thing where everybody go dress up as characters that was made up by niggas on mushrooms or whatever other drug they were on? When they created whole cartoons with characters and worlds they come from and powers, and I feel you. That's your thing. Fantasy. Get you to escape from the world we live in. That's a lot better. But what are you supposed to be doing in reality? Is all I ask. It's something come. It's the end of it where all these people dress up in all these characters and shit. Because of shit like that, there's so many groups, so many interests that ain't got nothing to do with helping and loving and changing the world. It's just what I want to goddamn blind eye everything that's important, and I got the resources and money and funds to go fuck off at some thing, drive from out of town, fly, stay in a hotel. You can just afford to do this. And people who need to and want to be able to provide for their family, men and women, families, single, grandparents who got them, aunties that got the children, barely making it by. And these motherfuckers can go spend more money to pretend than actually help a motherfucker right where they live at. But our women sit on this motherfucking internet, and because there's places where people can have delusion, women say shit like, in my head, they create what's in their head and try to make that a real reality in the world where that don't matter. What you think and what you feel does not matter to the universe and what the fuck going on. But yet you don't have any problem expressing it, showcasing it, acting and behaving based off something that isn't for the greater good. You're selfish. You're doing everything for you, acting like you are so subdued by man when you should be subdued with your own discipline, your own standards, morals, and with your principles of what you do and don't do. What's your purpose of why you do this? What benefits do you get out of it? You gotta be logical. You gotta be rational to be a leader. You gotta be sensical. You have nonsensical arguments, constantly trying to refute logical premises, rational premises, the more suitable direction. Just because you don't want to. Thinking there's no consequence for making up a false reality. Women get on this Kendra G shit, and it is supremely different than Kevin Samuels had going on. She asked him what they want in a man. He asked him, do you want to be married? Do you want to have kids if they ain't already got kids? If they already got kids, do you want any more kids? He gets down to the meat and taters. She come on here. What type of man you want, honey? This is her. 3 kids, 3 baby daddies. She's a nurse. Got her own car. Got her own house. So what type of woman you? She's a Scorpio. She's an Aquarius. She whatever the fuck she is. And what you want, honey? This bitch just said, I want a nigga who's 6'4", don't lie, make over 100,000 for himself. And Kendra pushed back with, I don't know how her set up in real time. Is she reading comments or people sending her direct? Like, do she have a team reading the shits and then she get somebody to send her, you know, the more standout conciseness of what everybody's saying? Boom, and they say for a woman with 3 children with 3 baby daddies, this age, so on and so forth. What would be your pushback if they saying you reaching a little bit? Like, why should you be able to pick a man like that? Her explanation, along with so many other women in real world, whether they ever get on Kendra G or none of this shit, will say, obviously, look at me. And she went a step further to even put herself further on the skillet by saying, check my track record. Women, if you think having a track record of having children by niggas you are no longer with in any capacity, you're not cool with, you barely talk to, that's not a favorable hand in any card game ever created. In all card games, Bidwits, Go Fish, Uno, Spades, Tom, all the games, all them shits, all the ones I didn't name that you're thinking about, the one you used to play, the one you loved, you forgot about it, didn't you? You got a terrible hand. I'm here to tell you you're gonna lose. Unless you just playing for fun. Get ready to lose with that shit you talking about. That's a horrible hand. Track record is failure. Maybe we need to bring it back to scores. In school, remember, ladies? You love to make A B honor roll or A honor roll, perfect attendance. Remember that? Well, are you, when it comes to men, do you have an A, B, C, D, or F score? When it comes to, what's the grading scale, you might say? As less sexual partners as humanly possible that was under your control, that you could help. Because we know how you are about your dick. You gotta get your dick. Some of you are stone cold addicted to fucking. You don't want no man. You don't want no relationships. You don't want to have to talk. You don't want to have to express shit. You don't want to deal with what you don't want to deal with. But you want your dick, don't you, ladies? I ain't gonna address the punks. I don't know what they got going on. And I ain't one of these motherfuckers who can say, yeah, punks, come on back over here and fuck the regular women. No, y'all stay over there doing all that shit. Don't never play in the same waters I'm in. If you're a punk, stay punk. Leave the pond without all the, you feel me? Niggas go to another place and use the bathroom, and then they get back in the water, and the water's good to go. Niggas bathe off somewhere else outside the pond. We just kicking shit in. So don't trick your shit back over here. Because I've heard a lot of women who, I guess, they didn't know personally, and then shit be like, damn, he fine as hell, but he gay. Boy, I would do this to him. I hear you. But let me ask you this. How would you feel about a man who loves to have sex with women, but it's either or both. He primarily or only hits you in the goddamn brown eye. It's a backdoor bandit. He hitting it, splitting it, the whole nine. This is, and you tell him to come on, you tell him to come back up front every time. And the boy always negating any requests that are very clear and concise that you would most certainly not like this man to be where he is. And on top of that, in which velocity and force in which he's going about it, this shit going hand in hand. But it boy like he fresh out on you. And seemingly you one of the ones who don't do this like that. Oh, he cares not. How would y'all feel about a man who wants to sleep with women in the ass? Some of you would admittedly think something was off with that guy. And no matter how nice he was, how he looked, or whatever he had going on, they just couldn't get with it. Because that's his thing, for real, for real. I always say you can't judge who somebody's sexual deviancy through what they look like. Because I got humbled as a middle schooler, early high school, like seeing some of the most quiet girls getting eyewitness things that are against the law, if you want to say that. As a child, I should have reported other children and young adults that were behaving like they were grown people. I from a distance, not right in the mix, but what's going on here? Not, oh, let me, shit, my turn. Just quick, briefly scenes, walking by some shit like, what the fuck going on over here? Why is this little girl with all these niggas seemingly with their dick out? That ain't normal for me to say. I ain't dealt with, I'm a virgin anyway. I ain't never dealt with no shit like that. I ain't seen no shit like this outside of seeing porn. Them gangbang scenes. Little buddy. The little AB honor roll. In all the little clubs. 4-H. Beta club. Ooh. Math club. Getting mudded, man. Used to hurt my feelings every time. Damn near led me to become desensitized with you all. Because no matter how you behaved at school, what you seem like in front of your parents, you get out of motherfucker's sight and you goddamn your desire to want that dick. Not to have them kids and have a family, but that desire for that dick overwhelmed 98% of you. And you can have good head on your shoulders, be a sensible bitch, but when it comes to that dick, you can't do nothing about it. And you fail for dick in looks and what you seen right in front of you, with your simple-mindedness, because you don't allow your family to know who you fucking with. You don't allow your friends, people that, if you got any real people that care about you, you don't let them see the nigga till you already fucked them and sucked them, talking about you dating. Y'all gotta stop it. I can go I can go for days on this. Dating. Y'all gotta stop it. Ain't nobody heard nobody's great-great-grandma and them talking about no dating. That's some shit that happened when they started breaking up the families. And y'all don't want to address that, but keep talking tradition. You supposed to make the money. Bitch, grandma was with me when I ain't have shit, and she had to stay home with your punk ass. and the rest of them gals and boys back at the house. I go motherfucking out there working for General Motors, working for the railroad, working for goddamn this, that, and the next that was booming during this time. Before segregation, I might have you. I meant desegregation. We should have stayed our own self. That's another subject, right? All right, that's another subject. But check it. Your sexual deviance isn't basically seen from how you look, who you portray yourself. Your children don't know. Your neighbors don't know. Only the person that gets to do that with you know. And for her case, we know it's not 3 men she slept with, because you got to be a different type of woman to get pregnant by 3 different dudes. Keep the child. Full term. Didn't have a miscarriage. Didn't consider abortion. 3 children. 3 different niggas. 3 different niggas. Ugh. Don't know the separation of the ages, how much in between, but it was 3. She had one with one. Fuck him. Nigga, give me a baby. Yo, how? You 6'5", you 6'6", you got down right at the cup, 6'4". I'ma get with you. Can you please give me a child? All them niggas got the fuck on after they one child. She say her track record. Bitch got a big forehead and a lot of weave in her hair. And you got 3 children by 3 niggas, and you ain't with now one of them, and you want a nigga that make over 100,000 to do what? Take care of you and them 3 niggas' kids? That's what no one's telling you. It's men out here who marry who don't want his own kids and wife anymore. He on year 8 or 9, year 4, year and a half, 6 months, 10 days, saying, what in the fuck did I just do? I know I'm still a motherfucking goon. I know I still fuck with these hoes. I know I do. I ain't gonna stop that. I just love this bitch. I love her to death. Like, I'm willing to sacrifice and, you know what I mean, protect her and, you know what I mean, be there for her. Because I know about her digestive issues. I know about her goddamn fibroids. I know about her cancer. I know about what happened to her when she came up. I know about women try to paint themselves like the way they look is just all they come with. Their pussy is all they come with. No, their pussy has made horrible decisions. You and that pussy has stayed up many a nights crying in the shower, in the bed alone, cold. Because of the decisions you make during the daytime when you awake. That's why you got to keep a nigga around to distract yourself from who you are. Can't live with yourself. Hard to live with yourself, man. Your children don't know what type of motherfucker you really is. They showed you some with that Kane and Shots Out the Fifth and all the actors. These are real stories. Mothers corrupted their sons and brothers and cut. Niggas needed love. Niggas needed support. Niggas needed hugs. Niggas need to be shown another way. Niggas needed affection. Niggas needed to know it was alright to talk about it. And this, y'all didn't give us that shit. Period. As men coming up in the 80s, nigga. 90s, no. The families was broke up in the 70s. Y'all ain't looking back at the 70s, 60s, or what the fuck really went on and sitting here dogging your own men because they got you convinced you don't need us because you can make more money doing sex work. All of us ain't sex workers. How many are you not sex workers then? Do a count. I know it's nurses and doctors and lawyers. And you're going state to state. How many of you is it? And how many black women is it? Let's just tally it up then. Y'all so educated. Y'all entrepreneurs. Slutty vegan and this person and that person. Yep. It doesn't make up the majority, ladies. That means every corner will be filled with some black woman's business. Where's your shopping center, black women? Black women buy, purchase, consume all the hair care products, all the facial makeup, cleansers, blah 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 blah, blah. Makeup, lashes, fill in this, foundation, mascara, lipstick, lip balm, fader, this, then, the next. The brushes, the pat shit. Everything. Why y'all don't have no shopping center, no fucking where? Y'all don't want me to talk to you. Cause y'all know what? Y'all got the money. Y'all got the resources. Y'all got the credit scores. Y'all don't support nobody black. And there's plenty sisters and brothers that are worth supporting, that are in every area of life that we need. And y'all ain't fucking with it. It be some black brothers over here doing their thing. They grow trees and plants and, sell them up to a point. This is a great idea. Get some plants, organically grow your own thing, get them to a point, sell it from that point. You don't got to sell the final product. You sell it as is, teach people how to plant it, get it set up, let it do its thing. I did this consultation with this grow game. That's what I want these community centers with, community gardens. And outside the community center, the garden is for the community. Bring the children, bring the young people, bring everybody in there who want to learn the garden, who new to it, old to it. And it's how we come together. It's how we network. It's how we love. It's how we connect. This shit I want to do. Y'all talking about I want a nigga who's 6'4", make over 100,000. What you helping this nigga do to make 100,000 in this motherfucking world? Do you know how difficult that is? I asked this question years ago. I said, what would women have to choose from if they knew every year we put $300,000 in every man's account, at least, if he's not already, this government program for men. We start you here, whatever you do from there, nigga, it's on you. 300,000. How would y'all pick men then? Y'all still would try to go to attributes and how he fuck and still. But we put money on it. That means you would still have to pick and decide, because you would have to take out that factor. You're always worrying about how much money you make. Like I said, you want traditional ways from us, but you are not traditional. You are not your grandmother, your mother, your great-grandmother, none of that shit. Great aunt, none of that shit. Y'all motherfuckers ain't nothing like them. Y'all ain't as strong as them. Y'all not as tough as them. You're not as skilled as these women. These women know how to do fucking everything and didn't have to, but they come from a line of women who handle business in all facets. Y'all motherfuckers ain't crocheting. Y'all niggas can't sew. Y'all niggas can't braid hair or do hair at all. Y'all can't do your own nails. Some of y'all hygiene, pH balance is way off. And you want a nigga to make this. How you helping him get there? Because from what I remember, we behind enemy lines. We are not in our own country, our own society, our own nothing. Melanated people, brown people, whatever you want to call yourself. The people who've been fucked over in this country. That includes our women and the punks and LBG niggas who want to claim that over being this first. Where is the black woman shopping center that has all the best products for us from head to toe, externally, internally? Where's our shopping center that you pull in there, bitch? Just us, all day, all the time. All those little shops you see at Dogwood Fest and this park and that park and over here. These little vendors, you go down Atlantic Station in the summertime. Yes, yes. Ooh, that's nice. Ooh, she has her books and she makes candles and all the little in the mall motherfuckers is here. It doesn't exist, guys. We still paying rent. Why is that? Why are we paying for rent and not owning the build, getting the land, putting the parking structure, making it very eco-friendly, you know, making it just visionary on some shit, making it very kid-friendly, very elderly-friendly, whatever you want to call it. Having drop-off zones for people in wheelchairs, the whole nine, set that up, but create our own, just us vendors, whole shopping plaza. And we build it from scratch. Why not? Y'all at Lennox, y'all at Neiman Marcus, y'all at Gucci, y'all at Louis, y'all at this bitch shit. And you'll know that one boutique y'all will say y'all support. I said shopping center, bitch. I ain't say where is her boutique at. And once again, is she the only black boutique over there? No, is it all of us? Then no, it's not what I'm talking about. And we didn't build it, we're paying rent. I guarantee you, regardless of where it's at, she definitely paying rent if it's in an upscale white side of town. Let somebody need to say this to colored black women and men. It's the white side of town. Just because you able to shop over there and some of you live over there, still to look up, go take a day off work or whatever you got going on and go to the chambers of commerce meetings and go to them little town hall meetings that's like 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, where the decisions that go on in your city really get spoken of, and your black ass ain't even know nothing about none of this, because it's not for us. We just live places and pay the mortgage and be like, I can live over here. I'm paying $2,200. I'm paying $2,300. I'm paying $3,500. I got these views. Tell the whole story. That elevator, the gate to get in, that's a process, my nigga. It's a 13-minute process to pull to your gate, and depending on what that elevator got going on, what it could take, plus the walk once you get off the elevator based off how this shit is constructed. Anywho, I diverse easily, but it's so much shit that needs to be addressed, but we can't talk about it because Kendra G got to host a show that's so successful that it keeps going, that our black women or whatever, mainly melanated women, get on here after basically making themselves look horrible by telling the truth about their life and then requesting shit that's really out of your pay grade. Truth be told, it's out your pay grade, and I would knock it off. But nah, not you. You don't want to knock it off. So I ain't gonna knock it off either. Let me finish this shit up, because I can keep going.
So, a fair chance to find someone.
Wild.
Ability of you finding this type of man is 0.056%. That's 5 out of 5 cat bags. You're going to more than likely be alone with cats forever. Clearly delusional. Some of you ladies are so far gone from reality that you're not giving yourself a fair chance to find someone decent enough for you to be with.
I absolutely agree, but it's a form of insecurity. No one says that they want the lower value of anything. No one wants to be looked at as being less because that's a form of insecurity. So if you ask somebody something, what they want out of life, they're going to always say the best. Where women are making their mistake is that they get so used to the desperate man approaching them and guys that they don't like approaching them that when they start naming their standards are there because they know they're probably not going to get it, but that's the only way that they're going to submit is if they get some superhuman type guy because they are naturally preparing to be alone.
A relationship truly only works when a woman settles for a man that she considers mid.
That would be, of course, mid women settling for mid men.
I used to talk so much about girls who settled, and now I hope to become one.
She used to reach out of her league, and now she is aging, so she hopes to grab somebody on the way down.
Because when a woman does the opposite and falls in real love with someone she's attracted to and who's at her level, it's a disaster.
Here's where she gets confused. Attracted to and at her level are not the same thing unless you're up here. It's a disaster because you're going out of your league and he doesn't really want you.
Oopsies.
That's when the power dynamic and balance gets thrown off kilter because the man doesn't hold her on a pedestal.
Yes, we all know that putting her on a pedestal is the best way to get what you want. Women love men who are below them.
So she never has the upper hand.
Exactly, because this is what you do when you have the upper hand.
And that makes her feel crazy, delulu, out of control.
Yes, Michael Sartain told me yesterday that's called dread. I was on his podcast. I'm going places.
Because what we're supposed to do as women is just like being receptive.
So now she's mocking the idea of respecting the man that she chose, which is a pretty good idea as long as he treats you well.
Like allow him to pursue us and chase a relationship truly on.
The more insecure a woman is, the weaker of a man that she has to be with. You're going to notice a lot of the women in the West that are independent, being liberated, they're the most delusional because they think their life experiences increases their value. It doesn't work like that, sweetheart. See, you can go out here and take advantage of men in your younger years, but as men get older and they create their value, they have the power. What you don't realize is that you've been accustomed to guys that are thirsty, chasing you no matter what. So you don't look at yourself and say, hey, the guy that I like me the way I am back. Because as men start to age, they start to look for realness in a woman, not an ex-Barbie doll.
Interesting. But like I said, where's the shopping plaza? Where's the foundations and the after school programs, before school programs, weekend programs for our children? Where are the day programs for our elders, our disabled, our vets? Where are the centers that for higher learning of our history, meaning taking our elders, and it doesn't matter about if you went to school or got this and got that. Nah, come tell the stories of Atlanta. Come tell the stories of South Georgia, North Georgia, or Mississippi, Alabama, wherever you come from. Tell the youth and bridge the gap. Programs where this police reform takes place of the training, having officers have to live in where they patrol. You must live where you patrol. We must know as the public where you live at too. Your children have to go to school where we are. You have to stay in your community, sir. Don't come over here with your attitude because we know where you stay. You will be held accountable. You want to be policing, because I don't see policing stopping a lot. A lot of bullshit just keep on happening. Y'all show up afterwards talking about what's going on, God damn it. Let me put my gloves on, man. What's ready to lock somebody up? You ain't ready to fix shit though. Preventative measures. Could we? Should we? Oh, it's about money though, right? That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. We live in a country where it's about money over my life. And our women have sold us out for the money. For the stuff. We can get stuff, fuck them niggas. Or we only fuck with a nigga who will help us get some stuff. That money or the stuff we need that the money would have got. I just sent him a list and he ordered. Okay. I wonder why a nigga would do something like that. He's just a good nigga. I feel you. You're right. Some people are.